Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to be making some flatbreads from chickpeas. I started off by soaking 1.5 cups of dried chickpeas, and that yielded me 2.5 cups of soaked chickpeas. So I started off with 1 cup of Greek yogurt. You can use whatever yogurt you like, dairy or non-dairy. You can also use sour cream or cottage cheese. Then I added 2 eggs, and you can also use your egg substitutes here, guys. Then I added my 2.5 cups of chickpeas. I'm not sure if you can use canned chickpeas here, but I should think so. Then I added a tablespoon of baking powder and a teaspoon of pink salt and 2 tablespoons of EVOO. Then I blended everything until it was nice and smooth. Now, you might be tempted to add liquid at this point because at first it's kind of hard to get the blender going, but just stir and work with your blender until everything is blended and is nice and smooth. I then proceeded to add the contents of my blender to my sheet pan that has been lined with parchment paper, and I'm going to bake this in the oven on 365 for 40 minutes. I wanted to add some sesame seeds here, but I forgot, but you'll see where I added it after the fact. So I went ahead and I added my batter to my oven. Then I took it out and then I added my sesame seeds that I had forgotten to put on. You can also use, here I am adding my sesame seeds. You can also use everything bagel, pumpkin seeds, or sunflower seeds if you like. After 40 minutes of baking, this is the end results. It was still very hot, so I allowed it to cool for about 5 minutes, and it works better. You can work with it better when it's completely cooled, guys, but for the sake of recording, I worked with it while it was still quite warm. So I flipped it over and took the parchment paper off. And like I was saying, it's easier to work with it when it's completely cooled. When you cut into it, your edges will be nice and clean, but as you can see here, when I cut into it, because it was still quite warm, the edges were still kind of rugged. The edges came out kind of rugged. So I cut it into 6 pieces. You can cut it into 8 if you like. Look at that. And you can use these breads to replace bread, because you can use it as sandwiches. I mean, to make your sandwiches and so on. Here I returned after about 10 minutes when it was completely cooled, because I want to cut into it so you can see. And guys, please don't use the knife the way I'm using it here. That is quite dangerous. So I want you to see the inside of this. Take a look at this, guys. Look at that. So this bread, flatbread, does hold up quite well. You can put pickles on, ketchup, mayo, hummus, you name it. It holds up very nice to make a sandwich. Here I'm putting on some peanut butter and I'm lining it with some sliced strawberries. I'm going to cut into it so you can see how well it holds up even after being cut into. So I'm closing my sandwich, and then I'm gonna cut into it just like so. And look how well it holds up, guys. Look at that. And then I'm gonna bite it so you can see how well it holds up even after a bite. Until the next video, guys, I hope you'll try this. God bless. Bye.